So it's Terran VX. Now, when you're playing versus a random player, as a Terran, you always want to open gas first. That way, it's good. A gas first build can be good in all 3 matchups, but going Rax first is not necessarily great in TVT. So,
Not enough minerals.
I feel like it's something in my throat. Anyways, all right. So about the 57-second mark, we're gonna go ahead and send our scout out, and we're gonna rally him back home. We're gonna be going for the simple one Rax expand into a 1-1-1. I'm probably gonna try to put on a tiny bit of pressure towards the 5 to 6 minute mark, depending upon how this goes and what race we're playing against. So we'll see. Now. Make an orbital as well as a. We're scouting with an SCV, so I'm gonna go ahead and reactor first, actually, especially because we see that it is a hatch first. I don't want to micro any more than I have to. We see the pool is about to finish. It was actually a 16 hatch and a 16 pool. Now, when you have the mineral in your SCV's hand, if you hit the C key and then hit left shift and right click a mineral patch, as soon as the command center is done, he will return the mineral and then he will go immediately to mining. That way you do not have to micromanage that. Do it yourself. Now we're going to go ahead and build a factory behind our barracks, as well as rally this SCV to build a supply depot. Want to make absolutely sure we don't get supply blocked. I'm going to go ahead and build 2 Marines.
Additional supply depots.
Now I'm going to build a refinery as well.
In the rear with the gear. Go, go, go.
Keep the Marine production coming. Fuck, sorry.
Let's go.
That's a lot of Zerglings. We're going to go ahead and raise the wall. And we're just going to see, like, what would happen if this died. So I'm going to go ahead and get a tech lab as well as make a starport. To rally my Marines out. And we're probably going to lose this base. Now that is okay. We're at 26 supplies, so we're going to go ahead and build another supply depot.
Bad news.
And then we're going to cancel this soon. I'm going to start my siege tank. And
You want a piece of me, boy?
so all of those Zerglings means that he has less workers than we do. We have 23. He's most likely at about 19. He could be up 24-ish about right now, which is okay. Keep making Marines for now. And rally all my production into my 3 hotkey. I'm going to go ahead and make a medevac. And gonna keep everything going, you know? Gonna keep producing SCVs. We're at 35 supply, so I'm gonna go ahead and get another supply depot. This is just completely improvised. I still want to put on the pressure I was talking about. The goal is to still put on some pressure, but I think this time I'm gonna do it a little bit earlier, just because
Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots.
my supply depot is almost done. Because, you know, we don't want to let him just chill after he does damage like that. So we're going to build a Viking, and I'm going to rally it to the obvious Overlord spots. And I'm going to drop another supply depot. We're 44 out of 47, but our command center should be finishing soon. So I'm going to take all of my units, and we are going to move across.
Will do.
Now my command center is almost done. As soon as it's done, I'm going to lift it over before I make an orbital. That way we can go ahead and transfer our extra SCVs down to the natural. I transferred 4 instead of 3 because this one was about to finish. Now I'm going to rally all my units down here, as well as my command center. Now we see a speed overseer. Now that's important because not only does he have a lair, but he also has overlord speed, which means he has had almost 0 workers on minerals. Hence why he has no Zergling speed.
Coming through.
Gonna make Marines, tank, and we're gonna go ahead and get a reactor on our starport. I'm gonna start a second barracks, and we got to kill the 3rd. No cancel. Unsiege my tank. Drop a mule. And you see our supply is getting kind of high, so I'm going to drop a depot,
Command center.
drop another mule, and I'm going to drop an eBay. We're going to go ahead and start this wall. I'm going to pick this tank up. Put it in the corner right here in a hard to hit location where that he can't deal with very easily. We're going to pick up these 8 Marines into this medevac and go ahead and drop them. I want to go ahead and be moving up to 3 barracks. 311 is the goal right now.
Add-on complete.
So we're at the follow-up is going to be a tank push with +1. Go ahead and A-move this queen. We're going to get the +1 as well as another supply depot, and we're going to make sure our SCVs are still building. We're okay with just hitting the hatchery. We see all the spines he built. Means that he has no money to... He doesn't have any money for actual units, so there's actually nothing really to deal with this. It's very good for us. I'm going to go ahead and get another gas because we're about to be getting... I'm going to go ahead and pick up into the medevac, boost over, and we're going to drop back out on the top.
Complete.
What do we see? That's a Mutalisk, which means he's still invested very heavily into gas. We're going to go ahead and start our missile turrets on time. Get another tech lab and start my stim pack. And we see that it all got cleaned up. That's fine. Start a tank as well.
Not enough.
Keep my
minerals.
production up. I'm going to start one more turret by my production up here. And we're going to rally this back. Now, he had 4 mutas, which isn't enough to kill SCVs, so he has to at least wait on another mutacycle if he wants to one-shot my SCVs. Going to bring the Viking back for safety. And I'm going to make 2 medevacs. So he went Spire and Overlord speed before he made Zergling speed. Which, if you guys didn't know, Spires are not very good against Marines. So
Not enough minerals.
we're going to be going for the hardest counter we can, which is just a straight up push. Muta players like to micro. This guy, I guarantee you, while he's looking at this, he's not going to be macroing. I'm going to go ahead and make some more supply depots. That way we don't get blocked. Keep making tanks. And now that our 2 medevacs are done, our +1's almost done, and our stem is getting close. We're going to hit a power spike, which is where we move out at a timing where we're about to have a lot more potent.
Complete.
Go ahead and start my +1 armor, as well as my 3rd command center. I'm also going to go ahead and start another depot. That way we make sure I don't get supply blocked. And we're going to keep rallying
Not
down.
enough minerals.
Now he's scouting in again. He's doing a good job at scouting. I should probably do that as well. You see he has a second Spire on the way, which means but he still doesn't have any Zergling speed or anything to deal with mutas. So
Research.
I'm going to A-click in
complete.
here. And now we have combat shield, stim, and +1, as well as 4 siege tanks. I'm going to build another tank, another Marine, and some medevacs. And you see we're about to be supply blocked. I'm going to stim one time and siege my siege tanks. And we're going to look back home. Couple Marauders, just to add some in the mix. Never bad against Zerg. He is called. The game is over. Wow. Whoa. Double promotion. I think we got out of provisional MMR. We did. Nice. I was a Platinum 1 Zerg player. Oh, random. Excuse me. I forgot random doesn't have a... Random does not show your APM. I mean your league, as well as MMR. Well, MMR is not shown until Masters anyways. League, nonetheless. Very simple game. Did not panic or overreact to the aggression that was being put on, as well as all we did was take the nuggets of information he gave us in terms of no link speed and fast overlord speed, as well as a lair, to know that even if it was Spire, like, he's not going to have anything to deal with basic tier 1 units. So we hit a little timing. Like, you look at it right when we went to attack, your upgrade shot up right there. So if we'd attacked 30 seconds sooner, we could have attacked, but our army would have been a lot less potent. Proxy Imba versus Hush Pup. Hush Pup. Hush Pup. All right. A TVT. Good luck, have fun. Start our SCV and rally it to the base. I'm gonna go ahead and put my hotkeys on.
In the rear with the...
I make my camera location. I'm gonna go ahead and make my second SCV as well. 2, 3,
SCV ready.
4. Now, build our supply depot at 17. And patrol my SCV that way. I'm ready to build my barracks as soon as my supply depot finishes. Now,
What's
I'm
going
gonna go ahead and build our gas at 28. 28 supply or seconds in the game. I don't build my gas based on supply, but
Additional supply
in TVT again, you do want to generally go gas first. So, I'm gonna go ahead and
Not enough
put our
minerals.
barracks down. Go ahead and get ready for that middle
Not enough
game.
Minerals.
50 seconds comes around, at 56-ish, we are going to scout, sorry.
bad news?
Also, the higher leagues we get, I'm going to start teaching you guys to rally into the gas. That way, it's a little bit more efficient. I'm going to start doing it in games I remember to do it as well, but I try to do things as I think a lower league player would do. So we're going to keep building our SCVs. We want to be at 19 supply when this barracks is about to finish. So 19 beautiful workers.
SCV
All right.
ready.
Oh, and we are going to rally this SCV down to go ahead and make our command center. Now I'm going to go reactor first and get my orbital.
Our SCVs are under attack.
He's building a Reaper, which is good information to know. He has not yet built an orbital command, which if this were a higher level game, I would think that would be multiple barracks out on the map. But he just prefers his unit counts. But as well, or like the faster your orbital is, like we're going to be astronomically further ahead of him. Just because of simple things like this. Like our mule is going to be mining a lot quicker. We're going to go ahead and put this factory down, as well as come down here to build the supply depot.
Add-on
Gonna have a lot more supply when you go
complete.
reactor first.
Not enough minerals.
And build some
Not
marines
enough
to deal with this
minerals.
Reaper and get rid of this
Not
pesky
enough
SCV in here.
Not enough minerals.
I'm gonna go ahead and build my second gas geyser at the 23 supply mark.
Additional supply depots. Base is under attack.
Now, we're gonna lose this SCV down here. It's okay.
You gonna give me orders? Been waiting on you.
Do
You got it.
a move in here. Make sure we deal with this Reaper.
Looking forward to it.
Going to do some simple stutter steps so that this Reaper doesn't get out if I can help it, and he's gonna live. I'm gonna go ahead and get my starport. Go into that 111 tech. Now I'm gonna put 2 Marines here and 2 at the front. That way the Reaper cannot just jump up. I'm gonna go ahead and rally down to my natural. Build my Marines and my
Add-on.
tank.
Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Not enough minerals.
Here we go.
Command center
Mineral field.
upgrade complete.
SCV ready. You want a piece of me, boy? We could use some help.
There's the Reaper at the bottom. Let him do all his fancy micro. You don't really care.
SCV ready.
40 supply. This is when I want to get my next depot. Usually 38 to 42 is a good marker.
Go, go, go.
Now I'm gonna go put my tank down here.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Tank. See, that's why you do it at 38. That way you get on time, but I'm late. Keep dropping my mules on time as well,
SCV ready.
and producing SCVs. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get my second barracks. That way we can start getting ready for a bio follow-up.
By the numbers, boys.
And we're going to make a little move out with 1 tank, and usually 10 Marines, but 9 in this case. Get my
SCV ready.
reactor, as well as another depot. And then I'm going to rally an SCV from my natural to my third. Try to do an economic build.
SCV ready.
I'm going to go ahead and plant that down,
SCV ready.
then rally everything back to
Ready to go.
scan me.
Not enough
And not really an
minerals.
optimal scan, but he gets the in. We're going to get our info right here as we push into him. So we see that there's a lot of Marines here. Going to A-move this.
Add-on.
SCV ready.
Go ahead and get my third barracks. Stutter step a little bit, and I'm going to get double eBay. Finery. Gonna move my tank up a little bit and go into this mineral line.
Complete.
Ready for pickup?
SCV ready. SCV ready.
All right, now we're gonna start our Marines and another.
Not enough minerals.
Put the depot at another depot. Make sure we don't get supply blocked, and start our 1-1.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Now we have Stem and 1-1 on the way, as well as our third about to finish. So we're gonna, since we have 16 out of 16 on here, we're gonna rally to our third. Going to different mineral patches will make the mining more optimal. I'm gonna back these guys up. That way our tank can be used. I'm gonna go ahead and get a reactor on this, as well as my last 2 barracks. And now that we have another medevac, I'm going to move these units across and add them to my first control group. That way I'm gonna consolidate all of my forces.
Command center upgrade complete.
And we're gonna scan ahead, see what he has. Loading a factory over. The guy has no tanks. He's about to have 1-1. He probably has stim, considering he has combat shields. So we're gonna make sure we don't get supply blocked. And we are going to keep producing. Now we're on a very high SCV count compared to our opponent. We're gonna go ahead and get our second factory as well.
Complete.
We're dropping everything into us. I'm gonna boost the medevac away and siege a tank. We have 3 tanks to 0, and tank count is the king in TVT. Gonna go ahead and get 2 more reactors as well. Tank and 2 more medevacs. Now we see that our 1-1 is getting close, about 3/4 done. So we're gonna go ahead and get an armory. Put all of those on the same hotkey. We don't have enough Marines to continue this push, so we're gonna go ahead and go home.
Research complete.
Again, this he's still making Marines. All I'm gonna do is get my gases now, since we're about to be on double tank production, as well as needing the gas for 2-2. Get combat shields, considering it's the most important upgrade in the game. You guys know how much I love combat shields.
Ready for dust off.
Add-on complete.
Ain't touched this. All right, we gotta keep our tanks going. Make sure everything's rallied. Our 1-1 is now done, and we're going to put into gas.
Add-on complete.
Hello. Dim. A move. He is kind of confused probably. We're going to keep getting supply depots. At this point, every time 2 depots finish, we're going to start 2 more. Now, because he's trying to drop, I'm going to go ahead and get turrets in random locations. Like, just general locations I think he's going to drop at. So we're going to here. People like to say medevacs
Additional
in the
supply
corners.
depots required.
As soon as these finish, we're going to build 2 more and start my 2-2. I'm going to take this group of units and put it on control group number 2 and move out. And I'm going to make these guys control group 1. That way, they can... I'll put them on patrol. Actually, I'm going to move the SCVs away from my main, siege my tank. Cancel those depots, and I'm going to go ahead and make a couple more.
I can't build here. This better be good. Gangway.
And now we're going to come up with our army.
Not enough minerals.
We should have plenty to crush him. Yeah, we do. So we're going to stem, A move, and we're going to make sure that we get everything economy back on track.
Huh?
Right.
In the rear.
Main.
Go, go, go.
And a GG comes out. You have all your unit makers on the same key? Yes, sir. Tank versus look. Ah. Well played to him. What's up, Goonie? Welcome. Welcome, welcome to the stream, boys. Solid game. Look, have fun. We got Terran again. Is anything in life truly ever random? We're going to start our SCV. It's now a TVP, so we've gotten a TVZ, a TVT, and of course now a TVP. Left. Get her done.
SCV ready.
And
Not enough minerals.
depot. We already set our camera locations up. Go ahead and get our 4th base one. And wanting how to use camera locations, just I made a guide for it on my channel, which you're probably already on right now if you're watching this video. So yeah, go check that out, as well as all the other StarCraft 2 tips and tricks videos. Look forward to making more soon as well. We're gonna get our barracks now, going gas first, and we're gonna play. I'm gonna play super safe with an excess amount of scouting. We're gonna put our guys onto gas. And at 55 seconds, actually, you know, people that try to attack the SCV, you just move one on the probe, like that, and it generally deters them. So, rally down here, and I'm going to go ahead and scout myself. Send this SCV across, and I'm going to put him on my one hotkey. Okay. After this guy's done, we're going to rally down to the natural so we can go ahead and make our command center. Hoping the next couple games will be a little more random, you know? We're going to go ahead and get a reactor since we are scouting with that SCV. And I'm going to get an orbital.
Our SCVs are under attack.
I'd say, ooh, see, it's a forward gateway, which means it's probably slightly aggressive, but he's also playing versus a random, which does make a lot of sense. To see one gas and a pylon. Now, what does all this tell us? Where is his cyber core is what I'm wondering. I only saw one pylon and no cyber. There's a cyber core, which means this has to be a zealot, and there's a third pylon.
Command center
Now,
upgrade complete.
my gut tells me this is another gateway somewhere out on the map. So, because of that said gut feeling, I'm gonna go ahead and get a bunker at my natural, as well as rally this SCV to go ahead and build my supply depot before I build any Marines, by the way.
Not enough minerals.
Now we're gonna
Not
go ahead and
enough
start 2
minerals.
Marines.
Not
I'm actually
enough
gonna get the
minerals.
Marines over the SCV,
Not enough minerals.
just so we have something to actually put into
Not
the bunker.
enough
I didn't mean to
additional
keep that
supply
rally there.
depots required.
Rally it back to the minerals. Make sure that was a slight mistake on my end. Get that guy ready to go mine again. And we're gonna build 2 more Marines. Now, I'm gonna be going for a mine drop this game. That'll give us scouting information as well as some harassment potential. I'm going to get my second gas and start my starport. About to have 4 Marines in this bunker, just like we want. Then I'm gonna lift over. Go ahead and get a tech lab on that.
Not enough energy.
Drop my mules at the freshest base. That way it mines out the slowest.
Not enough
Rally one guy
minerals.
into gas, as well as putting other one on there. And we're gonna rally to the natural from here on out. We can nicely saturate that base. I'm gonna go ahead and get a medevac before I get my stim pack.
Add-on. Command center upgrade complete.
Medevac. And 2 more Widow Mine.
Not enough minerals.
Here we have 41 supply, which is the perfect time to build a depot. And we'll put these mines at the front, just so we don't get caught off. We had info, but I still felt like it should have been a proxy. Now we're gonna go ahead and start our stim pack as well as the second barracks after I make SCVs. I'm gonna go ahead and lift this off so I can build a barracks onto the tech lab, onto the reactor. Now we're going to load these mines up and
Picking up or
boost
dropping off.
towards the main with a little shift click. Go ahead and build another depot as well. And start units. I'm going to move this away from the edge. That way if he has high ground vision, he cannot attack it. And start an engineering bay. Well, as my third gas. We're going to be moving into the next phase of the game.
Add-on.
Our tech lab on the factory is done, so we're going to go ahead and start a siege tank. And we need to start a couple more depots. Been a little lazy on the depots.
Not enough energy.
Now once this medevac gets to the main, we boost and you drop as the medevac is moving. I'm going to take 1 and put it in the natural. Start my +1 as well. Wow, nice damage. I'm going to move home, and we're going to build another
Add-on
depot.
complete.
Somebody, get me out of this.
I'm going to go ahead and get my 3rd barracks. That way I start to have an actual decent amount of production. Put on my gas and get my 4th gas. And the medevac's going to go home. Now, if the mines die, they got all the info we needed. We know it's a Twilight and a Robo. Most likely Blink. So since it's going to be Blink, we are going to go ahead and start making Marauders. And I'm going to go ahead and get another medevac. That way, when I move out, I'm going to have 2 medevacs. I'll take these SCVs that were built in depots and put them on the gas.
Bad news.
Research complete.
Now we got cleaned up, which is just fine. Now we're going to go ahead and start our 3rd command center as well. I'm going to repair this
Your
medevac.
forces are under attack.
Start our combat shields now that Stim Pack is done, as well as another siege tank.
Not enough energy.
Ready for dust off.
Our SCVs are under
Now we see a
attack.
War Prism is in our main. We're going to move our SCVs over, and we're going to stim. Now we're going to control click the Marines and move them past everything else. That way we can kill the Prism.
That's fine. SCV ready.
The Prism is the most important target, so that's always the highest priority. Gonna rally everything back to our main and restart the production. Now I'm gonna put a turret here so that this War Prism cannot come back in, and then I'm gonna hit the all army key, take everything out of the bunker, put all my army on the 1 hotkey, build some more depots, supply blocks, and now we're going to move. Now, the next phase in my progression, because we were playing Protoss, I am going to go ahead and get a Ghost Academy, as well as 2 more barracks. EMP, best spell to use against Protoss, and this level and higher, it's not bad to start learning
Additional supply depots
how to use
deployed.
spellcasters at some point.
Add on.
Go ahead and drop my mules, that way I'm mining efficiently. And as the depots finish, we
Not
start
enough
2 more.
Research.
Ready for dust off.
I'm going to go ahead and lift my 3rd,
SCV ready.
Unacceptable landing zone.
and I'm going to rally my SCVs. Besiege the tanks and them. Actually, I'm going to make the tanks right-click the stalkers. That way they don't friendly fire all my units to death. Now you see our +1's done, so we're going to get an armory and another eBay. We can start 2-2 at some point. I'm going to get a Ghost, as well as the Ghost enhanced shockwaves upgrade. And we're going to start 2 more medevacs. We are now rallying over to our new
Mineral
3rd.
field
I'm going to
depleted.
stim my army once again and shift move my tanks up.
Waiting on you.
I'm going to stay down here by the tanks. Lose is not fighting next tech units. No GG. Leaves the game. GG. Well played to that guy. 107. Keep it under that 150 cap. What was it the game before, though? Because the game before I had a lot of hotkeys. 127 and 106. We've been doing very well today. Hurrah! GG. Da da da. Rookie Wookie, our first, or our second, I think, actually, platinum opponent. It's gonna be a PvZ this time. Out of habit. Now I'm going to hotkey my buildings, and I am going to go ahead and take